So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Is the iPhone 11 Pro Max worth it in 2021? Now, the 11 Pro Max does have a 6.5-inch Super Retina XDR OLED display. It does have 1242 by 2688 pixels for 458 pixels per inch, and it is darn sharp. The iPhone 11 Pro Max also features a triple 12 megapixel camera with an ultra wide lens. It also does have 4K 60 frames per second video recording on here, and inside the body of this phone it does have 4 gigabytes of RAM, an Apple A13 Bionic chipset that's 7 nanometers, and a 3969 milliamp hour battery. Now when it comes to the weight, the iPhone 11 Pro Max weighs 226 grams, so you will feel the weight of this device, but it's not overly thick. 8.1 millimeters for the 11 Pro Max, and these rounded corners really do make this phone feel ultra comfortable in the hand. So the 11 Pro Max also features IP68 dust and water resistance, so it's definitely pretty good at, getting splashed and being fine. You'll be fine there if that happens too. Overall, the design of the 11 Pro Max looks very 10s Max with the upgraded back. You can see the glass material is now a more matte feel. It's very clean, it doesn't get really dirty, and you have the upgraded camera. And the 11 Pro Max seems a little bit more resistant to scratches on the side when it comes to the stainless steel versus something like the 12 Pro Max, which I've only had for a couple months now, and it already has scratches all over it. And this might show more on the lighter colors, unlike this midnight green. So do consider a darker color like this one if you pick up the 11 Pro Max, if you care about scratches and stuff being visible. This phone gets extremely bright. Also, when you punch in, you do have your comfort convenience features that you're used to with iPhone. When browsing the web, that 458 pixels per inch makes this display extremely sharp, sharper than the iPhone 11, sharper than even, some other iPhones out there. So definitely if you have an 8 Plus or something like that and you're coming to this major upgrade here in display, it's OLED and it's very, very sharp when you are reading text. And also when out and about in the sun, the peak brightness can actually hit 1200 nits if you are, needing that extra brightness and auto brightness. And when watching videos on the iPhone 11 Pro Max, because the display is so large, the notch doesn't really bother too much on this device. Although, there are phones that have less of a disturbance up here. This one didn't really bug me too much. So you get all of that 6.5 inches there, and it does have pretty thin bezels here on the side, unlike the 11. So the 11 Pro Max runs iOS 14.3, which is the latest software for this, and that gives you quite a few features. Running the app library on iPhone 11 Pro Max just makes sense because you're managing all these applications and you have a huge canvas to do so, and the widgets look exceptional here on this phone, and that's mostly because this phone has such a large display, so you can see right here. But one thing I do miss out on this phone is there's no split screen. It really does bug me with this large display, no split screen. If you have an 11 Pro Max now, or you plan on getting it, rest assured the software will be updated for at least 3 to 4 more years. So you're gonna be just fine holding on to this phone if you already have one, because the 12 Pro Max, let's face it, it's not a major upgrade from this. And when it comes to the performance, iOS 14.3 with the A13 Bionic and 4 gigs of RAM, it performs very fast. Everything flies right through. But scrolling speed, very similar. Both have 60 Hertz displays. Now earlier this year, I edited a video, a 7+ video. It was 8 minutes. And the only thing I noticed, there was no issues with performance at all, is that this phone got a little warm under intense use. Now when it comes to the storage, get the 256 gig if you can. The 64 is just too small. But this phone does come in 512 gigs as well. So the camera, we already talked about the specs of it. It takes very fast photos. You can also burst this way, you can hold down for video, and you have nice aspect ratio changes here. In addition, you can also tweak the video settings to basically whatever you would like here, 4K 60. And what's nice is that they can match up to the front. You can also go 4K 60 on the front. So the video you're seeing right now is being shot on the 11 or the 12 Pro Max. I was about to say the same thing because they're very similar. The quality you're going to see here is similar to what you'll get on the 11 Pro Max, and you can see you have time-lapse, portrait, panoramic mode. But instead of me talking, let me show you most of these samples here. You can see the type of samples you do get, or the type of video quality and photo quality you do get here, is just stunning. It really never let me down. I felt like I never needed to take out my actual camera when I had this phone, and I didn't feel like that with other iPhones. There was always something, and the audio that comes out of these speakers is pretty exceptional. Right here, now you can see right here that the stainless steel edges, since the 10s Max, I think it was. So down here is definitely the louder speaker than the one at the top, but you will get exceptional performance. Again, you need Bluetooth headphones if you want to connect headphones to this. But here is where the 11 Pro Max was the best of the best, and that is the battery life. The battery life on the 11 Pro Max was so good. I mean, 2 days easy if you're a light user, medium user even. I was constantly getting a day and a half with my heavy usage, so I love the battery life on this phone. Add to the fact that this does support wireless charging, came with a fast charger in the box. It was an exceptional experience here for 11 Pro Max. Lasting phone call quality. It wasn't the best I've ever seen. It didn't have the Qualcomm modems, but it didn't have 5G either. However, 5G doesn't seem very useful or super widespread just yet. It will be in the future. If you were in a good service area, you didn't have a problem whatsoever. You can get this midnight green, space gray, you can get silver or matte gold. They're all matte on the back here. What is it worth? I mean, you can get this thing for around $749, $800. It depends on where you're looking for this device, but if you could snag this one on a deal, it's so worth it here in 2021. I could definitely recommend it right now, as 5G is still in progress and still expanding. So if you found this video helpful, entertaining, informing, do me a favor, click that like button for me, subscribe if you haven't already. Nick here, be sure to be well, and peace.